No, it's supposed to be 60s, but
This would make sense.
but rainy. You can wear shorts if you want.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to Mom Life. This is BunniPhish Crafts, and today is Monday the 3rd of May, 2021. My hair is wet because I just got out of the shower. I usually wash my hair on Sundays or Mondays, and I usually only wash my hair once a week, so yeah. It's wet. It will not be dry by the time I go to school because it takes about 8 hours to dry. Fun fact for you. Anyway, this is not a hair vlog. This is a crafty, mostly crafty, and a little bit life vlog. So, how are you doing this Monday morning? I am kind of tired, but I'm doing okay. And I am, the last thing I talked about on the previous vlog was that I wanted to get back into journaling, kind of, which is true. So I did a little bit of a setup last night for a journal entry, and I am going to show you before it has anything put into it. The other main reason, like pushing factor toward starting a new notebook, is that my kids have decided that this year they don't want birthday parties, they want trips. So I want to write down those information. Mara wants to have a girls' weekend, and so I want to research stuff, and Gabriel wants a ski trip. Fun fact that I didn't know is that Michigan has the second most ski resorts in the US, following only after New York. That's not what I would have imagined, but I think there's over 40 in Michigan. So I'm going to do my research, find a ski resort, figure out when they're open, and figure out when we want to do it. You know, COVID willing. Both of these are COVID willing, but I would like to be able to write details and stuff down. And then I also am going to start my ZK packing list. I know it's only the beginning of May, and ZK is toward the end of June. I think there's about 50-ish days left before the ZK, but I like to start writing my notes now. And so I already know that I need to pack my size F hook and minis, because I told my friend Tracy that I would help her start a granny stripe blanket, and I have some yarn set aside, not for a granny stripe, for a like a linen stitch blanket, but they start the same. So yeah, that's going to be one of the projects that I take to the ZK. So I'm going to kind of brain dump the packing list as I think of things. That way I make sure things get packed. I also know that I want to bring a book that my friend Josh sent me, because other people want to read it. So I figure I can read it while I'm there and then pass it off to one of my other friends. So yeah, that's why I want this notebook, because I have all this stuff swirling in my head and it would be better to have it on paper. So one of the reasons why Passion Planner isn't working for me right now is that I don't have a lot of hard scheduled things. Untrue. My day is hard scheduled, but it's almost, no, see, I was going to say it's like the same thing every day, but it's really, really not. But I'm just not utilizing that format where I write things in every day for every hour, because my days are hard scheduled enough that I don't need it written down every day. What I do need is a place to write down little reminders for myself and to give myself to-do lists, because I work better when I have a list to work from, so I can stay on focus and stay on task. Last week at the shop, I wrote that list of things that I needed to do and talked you through it. And I did everything I said I was going to do that was work related. I didn't get to my personal stuff related, but I was at work. So those were just like extra things I could do if I finished all of my work early, which I didn't get to, which is fine. So yeah, the other thing that I like to do is at the end of the day or the next morning, I like to go in and write how far I got in a book I was reading, when I start and finish projects, stuff like that. So this having more space just works better. And I'm not utilizing a monthly spread. I was trying to use it to write in the books that I was reading and stuff, but it was just underutilized. So I think this will work better. We shall see if it does or not. I'm going to try it. I'm not going to show you with anything written in because I don't want to go through the hassle of having to blur things, people's names, stuff like that. But maybe if I think about it, I will mention it next week. And if I don't and you're interested, feel free to leave a comment below and on this video or next week's video asking about how the planning thing went. Okay, I'm going to go write some things in and then get ready for school. Good morning, sunshines. It is Tuesday, and today I'm taking knitting to work, the same knitting that I took yesterday. I'll post pictures of progress right here as I'm talking. I'm going to take knitting, but I want a cover for my journal that can hold pens. At first, I was thinking that I was just going to make like a pen loop for my journal, but since I use the same size notebook all the time, I can just make a cover to hold those things and move it from journal to journal. So I think I'm going to do that today. Okay, so the notebook slides in really easily. This part will fold over. Why is this so tricky to do one-handed? So that kind of folds in. This folds over. And the elastic loop goes there. Folds over, folds over. So my notebook can't fall out. It won't get messed up. It won't get rained on. It won't get damaged by things at the beach. And then my washi tape. Washi tape, go. And pens. And scissors can fit into this pocket. I could probably also get a glue stick in there, and it snaps closed, so it's all secure. Yay! And that's what I spent a good portion of my crafty time today doing, was sewing this up. So I'm pleased with it. I also did a tiny bit of work on both of my socks. I think it amounts to, this is definitely 4 rounds. This might be 4 rounds. I don't know. It's a full stripe. I did a full stripe on the, I think this pattern is called self-striping. And 4 rounds on Stellan. The knitting project that has gotten the most work today is this tube sock. So, Do, 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 do. So this is, I don't know, maybe 10, 12 inches of progress on this tube sock. So I don't have very much yarn left. And I'm not planning to go to sleep yet, so I might finish this tonight before I go to bed. Or I might leave it for the morning. Because I can knit on this while I read. I am not going to play Best Fiends tonight. I'm telling myself now, no Best Fiends. I'm also not going to watch any videos. I've already put my laptop away, like in a bag, so I can't just grab it. So we'll see. We'll see if this gets done or if I start reading and then immediately pass out. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot to tell you something huge. Did I mention to you guys that Patrick was going for the grocery manager position at his store? Well, I can't remember. But he had his interview today and he is the new grocery manager at his store, which means things are going to be really, really different for us, for him. But because it's for him, it'll be for us. Yeah, so he's no longer going to be on overnights, which is weird for him. But that'll be nice because then we'll actually, see him not only on his day off, and we can do more family things together. And I am super excited. It'll be really, really good. Plus, he deserves it. He's worked at Kroger for like 15 years. So, yeah, he'll be really good at it. It's just going to be an adjustment phase, I think. But it'll be good. All right, I'm going to go write in my journal. Then I'm going to read and maybe knit. Bye, friends. See you tomorrow. Maybe. No, probably. It's Wednesday tomorrow. I'm totally going to see you at the yarn shop. Oh, just a train in the morning. How exciting.
And
Might
funny.
be late to work by a couple of minutes. Well, hello, sunshines. It is Wednesday, the 5th of May. Oh, happy Cinco de Mayo. I kind of just want to drop a regular-ish podcast in the middle of this vlog. Can we roll with that? That'll be okay, right? So it's Wednesday. I'm at the yarn shop. There's a Chinese restaurant right next to me. I don't know if you can hear them doing prep work. This may not be usable because that may be too loud. I don't know. Anyway, how have you been? Good? I've been pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. So today I am wearing my sorrel sweater made out of, which is a wool and pine design, using black cat fibers yarns for all of the rainbowy bits, and then the gray is Knit Picks Stroll Tonal. I wanted to do a regular podcast because I like the vlog format, but I feel like especially when school week is hectic, I tend to rush a little bit when I'm talking about things and I don't give you all of the information about a project. So let's talk about something I finished. I just finished these tube socks. This morning I was here, and so I knit all of this in stockinette and then I grafted on the cuff. So the way that I started these is I started with a cuff. I started with two cuffs. I knit these, no, you know what? That's not how I started. I started with the toes. So I knit the toes first and I set them aside. And I knit them from like the top of the toe down because I prefer toe decreases to toe increases. I don't like the way that toe up socks, I don't like the way that their toes wear. I find that no matter what kind of increase I use, I tend to get some sort of hole in it. It's just not good. So I prefer a cuff down toe, if that makes sense. So I provisionally cast on, using Judy's Magic Cast On, the full number of stitches for the foot. I think I did 2 rounds just to give myself a little space before I started decreasing. Then I decreased the toe, Kitchenered them closed, set them aside. And then I cast on 2 cuffs and worked until I had, this is probably 24 rounds of cuff. And then I cut the yarn for this one. And I don't know, what did I cut the yarn for? I cut the yarn for this one and set it aside. And then knit, 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 all of this, which was still attached to here, knit all the way down until I had used all of the yarn except what I thought I would need to Kitchener the cuff on. If you don't like Kitchenering, this is not the method for you. But I love Kitchenering and I find it really, really easy. So I Kitchenered. And yeah, you can, if you really look, there you go. You can see where I woven the ends. But from the outside, I think only if you're really, really stretching it and looking for it, can you see that that's joined? So I have the tube socks. They are finished. And oh yeah, so I Kitchenered on the cuff, and then I had a tube like this with 2 cuffs. So I put in my needles above and below where I was going to split. Normally when I split a tube like this, like for instance, if you're cutting in an afterthought heel, you put you only leave 1 round in between the needles. Well, I left 2 rounds in between the needles because I needed to have enough yarn to graft the toes on. And that worked because, you know, each round just got sewn back in, but it only worked because when I cast on the toes, I left maybe a 10-inch tail. So the yarn that I pulled out of the center of the tube was enough to get me about 3/4 of the way through the sock. And then I needed to use that 10-inch tail to go that last quarter of the sock. And they are finished. I think that I'm going to make the pair for myself the same way as this. The way that I did the first pair is fine, but this is really, really easy to take to school. So I think I'm going to do it like this. I might make the cuff longer though. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to make the cuff longer. And I don't think I'm going to work it 2 at a time. The toes I'm going to work it 2 at a time, but I think I'm just going to work 1 cuff and then put it on spare needles and work the other cuff into the tube. That's my plan for the blue skein of yarn, cake of yarn, which I don't know if you'll see that this week or not, because that would be worked on a 9-inch circular, and my 9-inch circular is going to, the one that I used in this project, is going to go into another project. So I guess I can talk about that project next. On the first, I cast on a bunch of projects, including this one. And I did this much, I think, on the first, and then on the second I finished the first mitt. Well, I haven't cast on the second mitt because it was sharing needles with this sock, but Now that the sock is off, I am going to put the needles into this project. Did I say what pattern this was? The way that I cut everything and put everything together can be found in Unicorn Tube Sock, patterned by me, Heather Laws, on Ravelry. I really need to get to work putting my things on PayHip. I did not do that in January. Wasn't it back in January that I said I was? No, it was back in March when we had spring break. April? What month was that? I don't even know. What is time? I have no idea. It was not this month. It was a previous month of 2021 when I said I was going to do that, and I didn't do that. So anyway, this mitt is called Tick, also by me, and it has a graduated ribbing pattern that works its way around. So it goes from most ribbing to least ribbing, and then you add some more ribbing down at the cuff. This pattern is originally written for fingering weight yarn. The yarn that I'm using is a sport weight. It is Paragon from Knit Picks. The colorway is Kenai. So I used almost a full ball of this. I used almost the full ball of yarn for this. I haven't weighed it. I don't know how much is left. But the pattern is originally written for fingering weight. I did not make any adjustments to stitch count or row count or anything for these mitts. So I'll put in a picture here of what they look like knit in fingering weight. This part, the finger part, is much shorter, but I'm making these for a friend, and she wears fingerless mitts all the time because her hands get cold. So I figure it would be nice to have a longer mitt so that she can like pull her fingers down if she wants to, or the ribbing folds over really nicely and stays put. So that is my plan for this. And I'm going to cast this on tonight so that I have it ready to go tomorrow when it's time for school. What else? What do I want to talk about next? I guess I'll talk about this next. So I'm making a pair of socks using 6 mini skeins from Daisy Knits. And I don't know, I do. She's no longer dying, but she's my friend Jennifer. She is lovely. And the yarn that I'm using is her Dewy Sock, which is 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% Selena. The minis have 87 yards each, and I have 6 of them. So my plan is to do, there's a set of 3 pink and 3 green, and then 1 in each of those sets is more different from the others than the others. Does that make sense? Like 2 in each set are similar and 1 is different. So I'm using the one that is different to do the cuffs, heels, and toes of the opposing sock. So I have just the start of, well, I have just a little bit of green at the top because the cuff on this sock is very small. This is Stellan by Kino Knits. It's a free pattern on Knitty, and it's, the front and back are different. So here's the back, and here's the front. Can you see that pattern? Yes, yes you can. All right, so I am enjoying this, but I haven't made my way through one entire chart repeat yet, so I don't know. So it's not in my head yet. I think it will be maybe when I get to the second sock. It's really intuitive, like every chunk, there's like a little, I think it's 8 rows per chunk, the 8 rows are really intuitive, and then I just have to check and see what I'm doing in the next 8 rows. So overall, really, really intuitive. And I usually work on this in like 4 round bursts, because that is the length of one of these little mock cable repeats. I have also picked up my Cozy Knitter Advent sock. Not picked up, I started it at the beginning of the month. And the story behind this is that my friend Haley gifted me the yarn. She, in 2019, she sent me one skein from 2018 and one from 2019 and 2020. There was no 2018. I made that up on accident. So she sent me hers because she just makes shorty socks, so she only needs one 50-gram skein to make herself a pair of socks. And since I had 2 50-gram skeins, I decided I would make coordinating socks. So they're not the same, but they're coordinating, and they're both Cozy Knitter. And they've both been worn lots of times. So yeah, they're coordinating. They're not exactly perfectly the same. One's a little bit longer than the other because I wanted to stop after stripes on the leg, and I'm using black yarn from Premier Serenity Sock for the cuffs and heels of the socks. So do I have that tag? Oh my gosh, I do have that tag. So I'm using Cozy Knitter 2020 Advent 24 stripe, and I am here. I don't know if I can show you really well. So I am almost to this part where I stopped doing patterning on the back of the heel. I find that is a really good option for me for how my feet sit in socks, is to just stop patterning about an inch above where I'm going to start my heel. More than that if I am doing a short row heel. I like to have a little more space than that. So yeah, I am going to do this stripe of color, this kind of brownish, and then I'm going to do 3 or 4 stripes and then start the heel. And it will depend it will depend on if these are more like, if they're 3, 4, or 5 stripe, 3, 4, or 5 round stripes, how many stripes I'll do before my heel. But yeah, I am really excited for this. The bonus for ZK for May and June is gift stuff. So everything that I am making, everything that I cast on counts. This is gift yarn. These socks are gifts for my sister. These mitts are for Haley. She already knows, so I'm not ruining any surprise. Anything else that I need to say? Oh, yeah, let's talk about needles really quick. So these 2 projects are knit using a US size 3 needle. I considered using a US size 2 for the socks, but I didn't want to kill my hands. And so since I was using a 3 and I had it on hand, I just went ahead and put it in these mitts. My socks are knit on US size 0, 2.0, yes, 2.0 millimeter needles for both socks. The other thing that I have been working on that I started on the 1st is a cowl for my sister. The pattern is Buffalo Crossing by me. And it's kind of, it's a chevron pattern. I don't know if you can really see that. I don't know if that's coming across on camera. From where I'm looking at, it's not coming across. But part of that is because of the yarns that I'm using. They're both variegated, and I'm striping them. And you're probably like, oh my gosh, we've seen this yarn so many times. True story, but this is the last project you're going to see this yarn in. Also, my hair is getting really long. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, so this is the last time you're going to see me working on this yarn in a project, because I am going to use all of it up, which may mean that I have a slightly bigger stripe of pink somewhere, just a random larger pink stripe. I had more grams left of the pink, but the yardage is different. They're both DK, but one was 270 yards and one was 230 yards. I've already used up some of that in the Split Decision hat by Shayna Cohen, Shayna Lines Designs, and I used some in the Rock Strata mitts by Josh Rick Stravinsky. So let's find the tags for those, because I have those tags too. I feel very organized, when in reality I just threw them all in the bag and hoped for the best. I threw them all in the bag at the beginning of the month, so we're 5 days in and I haven't lost them yet. Yay me! So this is 716 knit. This is the purple one. So the purple one is Once More with Tension. Ah! I was gonna pick it up and show you, but instead I threw it off the table. Well, not that one then. Okay, so the pink one is Mitchell's Creations. And what's this colorway called? Blacked Out Catastrophe. Very, very pretty. I'm liking them a lot. And then the last thing that I've been working on, I've been trying to put in, this has been my quota knitting. You know, like where you make yourself do a little bit of work on the project because you want it to be done. So from this marker, I don't remember when I put it in, but from this marker, I wanted to do 5 repeats. I'm at 3. When I finish this row, I will have finished 3. So I will have 2 more after that. And it's, I think 2 more rows plus the border will give me the size I want for this. Especially because once I block it, it'll open up a little more. I think it'll be a good size. See, it wants to open up more. So yeah, I am knitting this using Barocco Modern Cotton DK and a size E hook. So that's everything that I have been working on, and I have still been reading An Unkindness of Ghosts, and I'm enjoying it. All right, let's get back to the vloggy life. See you in a minute. So I'm not actually a person. I'm actually a cat bed. I laid down on the couch. I did not even pet this thing. I haven't pet it in the hour it's been sitting on me. Oh, hi. Did you want some pets? No, I just came up and decided it needed to lay right on my chest. Are you being harassed? So on Tuesday, I was minding my own business at work, and then a text message came through my group chat with my yarny friends from Jenna, the dyer behind 716, saying that her friend Ozzy was having a sale because they are only going to have heavier weights of yarn on special order. I'm sorry, my dog, she just, not even my dog, my sister's dog, she's being extra. So these skeins of yarn were on sale for $10 a piece. I was just minding my own business, and then I had to go buy yarn. So I did. I bought these. They're kind of like a gray purple and a teal and a mini skein set. Oh, how pretty is that going to be in a sweater, right? And then the mini skein set wasn't on sale, but I just needed it to go with these 3 skeins. And then this is just gorgeous for something else. And this skein was only $7. My daughter and the dog. I'm sorry, I can't. This is why I don't record normal episodes in my house anymore. Because y'all can't behave. So, yeah, isn't it beautiful? And the dyer
And it
is...
was funny what Mother said.
Humble Bumble Fibers Company. So pretty. So they don't have this sale going on anymore. But also, today is Thursday, and I ordered it on Tuesday, so that was super fast. Hi, sunshines. I wasn't intending to record today, but Patrick decided that we should have Chinese, and he ordered it like 2 minutes before I finished my shift. So I have about, 10 or so minutes before I have to go pick it up. So by pick it up, I mean walk to the shop that's next door and then walk back to my shop to collect my things. So I figured I could give you a little update about what I've been working on since I haven't. I've been posting to Instagram every day this week about what my progress for every day is, and I'll put those progress shots in at the end of this video, but I haven't been talking to you about it. It's been a really busy week. So let's look at what I've been working on. This is the Stellan sock by Kino Knits. Here's the front again, in case you forget what that looks like. And here's the back. Using yarn from Daisy Knits. I had 3 mini skein sets of yarn. So here is my first mini skein of the pink, and I was deliberating, is that the right word? Debating with myself over whether I should cut this yarn and use the other mini skein for the foot, or just continue with this yarn until it runs out and then use the second skein. I think that's what I'm going to do. Less minis left over, because yeah, that makes sense. Oh my gosh, apparently I can't talk. So that is the Stellan sock. I hope you aren't getting notifications through my phone about all of the people texting me right now. In the last 2 minutes, I've gotten like 4 or 5 texts. Sorry, that would be super annoying. But hey, there's no banging from the Chinese place today. Also, I feel like the lighting was better last time. I don't know why the lights are different this time, but they are. Maybe this table shifted or something. I don't know. Anyway, I finished the mitts, the fingerless mitts, Tick, patterned by me, Tick mitts. Finished them. They're both great. The second mitt, as anticipated, only took a day, but I didn't bring them to the yarn shop because I wasn't anticipating recording. So I did cast on. This is 30 grams. I don't think it's going to be enough to make a hat. So I cast on, I'm going to make the stripeless signature hat pattern, but I don't know if it will actually make it to hat stage or just be kind of like a headband ear cover thing. The yarn for this is Knit Picks Paragon. I will put in a picture of the mitts here so that you can see them. They turned out really nice. I'm pleased with them. I also worked on the shawl just a little bit. I think that this green marker, I think that was where I showed it to you last time I talked to you. I can't think of another reason why I would have a stitch marker here, because this is not telling me how long I need to crochet for. This marker right here tells me I need to do 5 more repeats above it. So I have 3 of those repeats finished, and I'm working on the 4th. I'm making this again with Barocco. What is this called? I can't think of it. It's a cotton yarn. It's the DK weight, and I guess I'll show it on so that you can kind of see how long it's going to be. Probably still going to pull the stitches out even though I just made that a long loop. So can you see? Yeah. Oh yeah, you can see all the way down. So it's almost, it's kind of long enough. I'm still going to go through and do this 4th row and then, or 4th repeat and then a 5th repeat. And then, yeah, I think that'll be good. And put a border on it. There's not a reason for me to be wearing this dress today. I just kind of felt like wearing a dress instead of, you know, jeans and a appropriate shirt. I also started, after I finished the pink socks, yes, after I finished the pink socks, I did the other fingerless mitt, and then when I was finished with the fingerless mitt, I cast on the last pair of worsted weight socks. So this pair is for me. This is Little Bay Blue worsted weight yarn in the colorway Peacock. It's super, super pretty. So I almost have the first cuff done. This cuff is going to be shorter than the first pair of worsted weight socks, longer than the second pair. But I'm going to finish this first cuff. I only have 6 rounds to go. And then I think I'm going to knit 2 rounds of stockinette. And then I'm going to cast on the toes and do those 2 at a time. And then I am going to cast on the other cuff and work that cuff and then the rest of the tube in stockinette until this yarn is used up, and then also everything together like I did on the pink socks. I'm knitting these on a US size 3.25 millimeter needle because they're worsted weight. The main part of the knitting is done on 9-inch circulars. The toes will be done magic loop 2 at a time. So I intend to get this to the point where I do these last 6 rounds, well, the last 8 rounds, right? Because I'm going to do 6 of the cuff and then 2 more rounds. I intend to do that today and then do the toes tomorrow so that on Monday I can cast on the second sock and have something that I can stick in my pocket to carry around and knit on. The other thing that I have worked on is the Cozy Knitter Advent sock. I was not here yet. I don't think I was to the part where I wasn't working on, I wasn't to the part where I changed to just stockinette for the leg last time I talked to you, but I am now, and I plan to put in the heel today and do the heel turn so that when I pick it up, it's just in the round, zoom, zoom. So my plan was to finish this heel today, then do this heel, and yeah, that's everything that I'm working on. Yeah, everything that I'm working on. All right, I'm gonna go get some Chinese food. So, fun fact about all of the projects that I'm knitting, you're on a shelf while I pack up all of my stuff, is that they are either ribbing. One is a 2x2 and one's a 3x3, or they are a simple lace pattern. One changes every 4 rounds. One is a 2-round repeat. Actually, 2 of them are 2-round repeats, but one of them is they're very similar. Both repeats are very similar, but one is kind of a regular repeat and one is an irregular repeat, if that makes sense. So yeah, why do I do this to myself? So it always takes me a moment to get back in the project before I start, because I'm like, wait a second, what am I doing here? Not all of them, but like the 3x3 repeat, I have several times started doing a 2x2 instead. And ironically, I feel like it would make more sense if it was the other way around, but the regular repeat pattern, I keep doing irregular repeats on it. Silliness. No. Good morning, sunshines, and welcome to BunniPhish Crafts. Today is the 12th of May, 2021. It is a Wednesday.
And we're walking to school.
Yes, we are walking to school because Patrick called about 10 minutes ago and said he couldn't find the car keys. He's at work. And do I think he can find the keys in enough time to get me to work on time? Maybe. I don't know. So we're walking.
If you don't, you can use my bike.
Anyway, he has to find the keys because my shop key is attached to my car key. So he needs to find the keys. Stop talking. I'm just trying to get through a story here, kids. So I can't go to work. I can't go to my other job if he doesn't find my keys. So he has to find my keys. It's not optional. But we have to walk so that, we're there on time. Yay! It's fine. I just like to have a little bit more warning of when I have to walk, but at least I have that option, right? So there is that. Anyway, I made a secret project for my mom. So my mom's birthday is next week, but we're going to her house this weekend for her birthday. So I made her a doll because last year I made Mara a doll, and my mom was like, oh, I want a doll like that for my birthday. But I had just made one doll, and I don't like making toys, so I didn't. I used just some random leftovers of yarn. The hair yarn is from a cowl, like a snood sort of thing that I knit using yarn from a kit that my mom bought me. The red is Leading Men Fiber Arts Dramaturg. I don't remember the colorway name. And the pink dress part, I don't know what that yarn is at all. Amanda gave that to me. It's leftovers. Amanda's my sister. Yesterday, I finished the first Stellin sock by Kino Knits using the Dewy base from Daisy Knits. And I didn't cast on the second one because I was like, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. And I didn't Kitchener because the Notions pouch, do I have several Notions pouches? Yes. But the one I wanted was in the car, and I was too lazy to go out and get it. So I didn't Kitchener that toe, but whatever, it'll get there. And I'm making some other progress on my other knitting projects, but that's the notable stuff that I've done. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hey, sunshines. It's Thursday. I'm on my lunch break. I decided I would take myself on a little picnic behind the parking lot, so I could be outside. So, do I have things to say to you? I don't know. It's been a really hectic week. Like, my schedule has not been what it normally is. So yeah, that's why it's Thursday, and I think this is the second clip I'm recording. I'm sorry. I have been knitting a little bit here and there during my hectic week. I haven't really been reading, although I did start a book, which I will talk about at some point. It's called Little Dreamers, and it's a junior fiction book, I want to say. So it's one page, it's a 2-page spread for women, one woman per each 2-page spread. One page is like a short bio, and one is a picture. So I'm enjoying that a lot. and I'm still reading An Unkindness of Ghosts. Is that what it's called? I think so, but not very much. Yeah, this week the schedule has been really, really strange, but I will hope to connect with you soon. But right now I'm going to eat and take a break from life. Hey friends, I am at the yarn shop. I have class shortly. It's Thursday evening, and I kind of feel a little guilty because I haven't edited last week's episode. And normally I edit it on Tuesday because I don't work on Tuesday evenings, and then I upload it on Wednesday. But I didn't do that this week. And so today I was like, oh, I should edit. Last night I was like, oh, I should edit. I'm not going to edit until probably Sunday. I'm just not feeling like it. Because what I need for my personal level of, oh my gosh, everything's going crazy. It's testing season at school. They are changing my kiddo's schedule at school, and we've had like absences in my classroom in the past week and a half. Yeah, it's just what I'm doing instead of editing is I'm watching bad reality TV, because that is what I like to do with my life. So yeah, I'm currently watching America's Next Top Model because I prefer competition shows for reality TV. And I don't want to watch something where I want to watch something where people are snarky to each other. That's where I'm at in my day. The other thing is, have you heard of the 75 hard challenge? So I'm kind of doing that, but not really. Because I'm not trying to like kill myself right now. It's not something I can realistically complete while I'm still in school. I probably can over the summer. But anyway, I was feeling really, really not good about, just not good, because I was not eating good. I was drinking way too much soda and eating way too much chocolate. Like 100%. That's how I was getting through the stress of school day. And I was feeling not great. So on Monday, I was like, listen, there's this challenge. I'm doing it. And there's no chocolate and no soda on the challenge. So I'm not drinking soda or eating chocolate. I've been doing that for 4 days. You should be very proud, because I'm an everyday chocolate person. Every day. So yeah. There's also other components like exercise and reading and random acts of kindness and other things that you are supposed to do for the challenge. So I am doing some of them. You're supposed to work out twice a day for 45 minutes each time, and one of them is supposed to be outside, and that's just not working with my life right now. It's also not working with Michigan weather right now, because if it was warmish in the mornings, I would get up and walk before school. But it's not, so I don't. And theoretically, I could walk to and from school, but I have to carry equipment, and I don't want to. So I'm not committing to all of that. But no chocolate, no soda, and exercising daily, and other things daily. And I'm doing okay. I'm 4 days in. So yeah. So I'm kind of a little bit tired though, because I'm not drinking soda, because what I drink is Dr. Pepper. And Dr. Pepper, I believe I read somewhere that Dr. Pepper has like the highest caffeine content for a soda. So yeah. It's okay. Did you know that Cliff Bars make a granola bar thing that has caffeine in it? It's toffee and peanuts and is delicious. So I've been having that instead of my like midday soda. And I know that's not really better, but it's kind of better because the thing is that once I stop drinking the Dr. Pepper, I'm not going to like the taste of it because I don't like the taste of soda. But my brain connects the sugar and caffeine and stuff into all the happy feelings when I'm drinking Dr. Pepper. So then I think, oh yeah, I do like the way this tastes. But I really don't. And I already know that because I've quit Dr. Pepper before. I've quit caffeine before entirely. So I just need to get back to that. There is knitting content coming at some point in the near to mid future. The plan is tomorrow to go to, I know I keep switching my arms and it's shaky. This is what it is right now. I am planning to take my children to the park/beach tomorrow after school because it's a Friday. I don't work after school and it's supposed to be 70 degrees. So we can be outside and it will be lovely, and 70 is an okay temperature for me because especially if we go to the beach, the wind off of the water will keep me from being too hot, so I can probably still wear my hoodie, which will be lovely. So anyway, I'm thinking about grabbing all of my crafting projects in the morning and bringing them to show you. That's where that was all going. So that means I also need to grab my tripod tomorrow morning. Hopefully I can remember. All right, I'm gonna go watch some America's Next Top Model before I have to teach. Hi friends, it's Friday in the evening time and at the beach, and yeah, this pretty much depicts how ADD I am. I really can't focus on anything for more than 10 minutes at a time, like at all. So it's fine. I figure it's just because it's been a week, a long, hectic week. So my kids are having fun though, playing with their masks on. Well, nobody else wears their masks, but I don't care what other people's kids do. I only care that my kids wear their masks. I mean, I would like other people's kids to wear masks, but I'm not their moms. I'm not their mom. Whatever. Good morning, sunshines. It's Saturday, the 15th of May, and this is where I was last time I talked about this cowl or showed it on pictures. I'm not sure. So over the past couple days, I've been putting in a lot of work, and now I've run out of the purple. So I'm really close to finishing this cowl because, did I say it was a shawl? It's a cowl. Because I only have this little nugget left. That might take me through 2 pattern repeats, maybe. I don't know, my guess is 2 pattern repeats. Let's see in a few minutes. Hello, sunshines. It is Saturday, the 15th of May, 2021. And I am going to round up this vlog because, yeah. I don't know if I'm going to record tomorrow, and hopefully I will edit tomorrow since I have 2 weeks worth of stuff to edit. You'll know before I do. So, first I am wearing Trough. It's designed by me. It is fingering weight in 2 colors. I used mini skeins though for this second color area, so that's why it changes right here. So yeah, it's kind of my favorite transitional weather piece because it looks cute like this, right? It looks cute kind of just pointing down. Also cute to the side. Also cute kind of bunched up like under a coat in fall. So it's one of my favorites. Probably actually my favorite, especially because it's poncho style, so it doesn't fall off, which is essential when I'm working in the yarn shop. So let's talk about knitting. I finished some things. I know I talked about this doll that I was making for my mom, and I said I would put in a picture. Hopefully I did, but if I didn't, here it is. So she is probably an 8-inch doll with her hair. And this is a secret, don't tell my mom, because my mom wanted a doll that my daughter drew. That was the request, because last year I made my daughter a doll that she drew. And my mom saw it and she's like, oh, I want one of those for my birthday. Pretty sure I told you this whole story already. Well, my daughter did not draw this particular doll, but that's the doll I wanted to make, so that's the doll that my mom's gonna get. I finished this first sock. Did I tell you about that? I have the second sock cast on, but it's literally just the cast on and no work on it. But it's halfway through the month and I have finished all but one of the projects that I picked out at the beginning of the month. This is the only project I have left, is this second sock. I do have another project that I'm going to be doing a test knit for Shayna Lines Designs, Shayna Cohen. It is, what is the top called? I don't remember. You'll see it when I start it. The pattern I think is hitting my inbox tomorrow. I have to figure out if I want to use some Barocco yarns for it or if I want to use some indie dyed yarn for it. I'm going to go look at my stash and see what I have. I think it's going to take about 2 skeins of yarn. I only quickly glanced at the pattern, so I don't know. It's a top. It's a cute, like almost no sleeve, summer type top, fingering weight. It's gonna be real cute when I start it. So I'm gonna work on that. I also need to pick something that's going to be my like easy work on while I walk around the class knitting, because I don't have any of that. This pattern, Stellan by Kino Knits, is beautiful, but not something I can just not look at the pattern for. So yeah, I'll probably have to cast on a hat or maybe a pair of socks. I have socks planned for Christmas time, so I could just wind those and start on those. I have to look at my ZK stash and see what I think I can do, what I can accomplish in the next few weeks. Then I finished my Cozy Knitter Advent sock. I just finished this this morning. I finished 2 things this morning. And it's just a self-striping sock, so now I have 3 of them, so I can wear, you know, whichever 2 of the 3 I want to make a pair. The pattern is called Self-Striping Sock. I don't remember who it's by. I probably won't link it, but if you ask me, I'll go and find the information. But I'm pretty pleased with that. I also finished the Buffalo Crossing cowl, and you can see right here there's a stretch that's extra pink. That is because that is where I ran out of the purple yarn in the cowl. They were slightly different yardage per, they're both DK weight, but they're slightly different like yardage per gram. So I knew that I was going to run out of the purple. Why is the drinking fountain making noise? Nobody uses the drinking fountain. Oh well, I'm sorry if that's super annoying. Yeah, so I ran out of the purple and I just continued with the pink until I thought I was at the right spot for it. But I ended up having to use a different yarn to Kitchener, like the middle, I don't know, 10 stitches together. I don't think it's super noticeable from the front, and it won't be noticeable from the back once I weave in those ends. So I started Kitchenering from the one side where I had the leftover yarn, and then I ran out. So I started Kitchenering with the yarn that I had from the cast on edge, and I ran out, and that's why it's the middle 10 stitches. But I think it's cute. I think my sister will like it. I was here last time you saw it and worked, you know, all of this up. Oh, I was wrong this morning when I thought it might be 2 pattern repeats. It was 1.5 pattern repeats worth of that pink yarn. I have also been reading An Unkindness of Ghosts by Reverse Solomon. Very enjoyable. I'm about halfway through now. I'm just not reading a lot. I want to be reading more, and then I don't. Then I do other things. I don't even know what I do because I'm not really playing Best Fiends. I'm not really reading. Not sure what my time suck is. I'm not doing a ton of knitting either. Where's my time going? Who knows? The last thing, CDC says that people don't have to wear masks if they are fully vaccinated. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm trying to figure out what I think. I'm fully vaccinated, but my kids aren't. So yeah, I'm probably still gonna wear my mask for a while. I'm definitely wearing it when I go to the retreat, and at the airport, and when I go grocery shopping, and at work here, and at work at the school. So yeah, I don't know. I'm interested and a little nervous, if I'm honest, about what's going to happen following this new freedom for people, especially because how is that going to be enforced? I don't know. This is scary, y'all. This whole past 16 months or whatever has been super scary and weird. So wherever you are, whether you have lifted restrictions or not, whether you're vaccinated or not, please stay safe. Take care of you. Take care of your family. I will hopefully see you in about a week, although I can't promise that because apparently I'm just even more of a hot mess than normal. See you soon. Bye.